The Hebrew text in the Bible has hidden formats. By revealing these formats, I will prove the first writer's words were hidden from you. These formats look like poetry as I group them into small paragraphs. Their grouping will become known as a psalm, and together they become psalms. Let me show you our Creator's 12 commandments, listed in Exodus chapter 20, verses 1 through 17. Any father of a family or his wife who did not obey any one of these 12 commandments, our Creator demanded they bring him a sin offering. Thus, our Creator defined the word sin as not obeying any one of these 12 commandments. Next, I want to show you how I changed one word in Exodus 26, verse 26, the word bars to arches, and the words now reveal the style of the roof for our Creator's tent for meeting with Him. Let me show you the translator's words from the preface of the 1611 King James Bible. They gave 4 reasons for themselves or others to edit the Bible's words. The red arrow at the top points to their 3rd reason to edit the text. By the light and feeling we attained unto ourselves. The next red arrow down points to them giving the title, the Divine, to a clerk named Gregory. The next block of words, they point out they were happy that the first emperor of Rome established the year to the course of the sun. Behind this text means Nebuchadnezzar ordered his kingdom to follow our Creator's calendar when he stopped eating grass. The last arrow points to your reward for studying the Bible. Your reward is to have a fellowship with the saints and participation of a heavenly nature that will never fade away. There is no such thing as nature to a truthful Christian. Our Creator created everything. Not everyone has the knowledge to correct every word. I have an old Bible program that has the New American Standard Bible 1977 concordance to help find a better word. Their concordance has the number of times they use that English word in a parenthesis for that Hebrew word. The translators removed his name, YHVH, to put in 2 titles, Lord and God. I replaced those titles using the letters Y and V as his name, for the Hebrew language does not have a J, O, or W. By using these 2 letters, I am closer to the truth than anyone using J, O, or W for his name. No proper English was used. The blue highlighted text is text that I am removing. The red highlighted words are little words that I'm adding. Gray italic words are words that I added. To respect and honor our Creator, all capital letters in purple are our Creator's words. This is Jesus' prophecy, for I am revealing the first writer's words to tell you the true truths about Jesus. Their words will take your belief to trusting our Creator. You will be watching prophecy before your eyes as I edit true truths back into their psalms. Okay, this will be chapter 16, and I'm going to go through them a little bit, not like the ones I've been doing. I got to step them up, get these going. What I do is I start by doing this, breaking them down. And now what I'm going to do is start editing. But those that are new here will probably want to see what this text looks like when it gets cleaned up. Those are books that I'm starting to compile all the books into one book that will have the complete story from front to back. And you'll understand the complete story in the first writer's hidden formats. Now, I'm going to start editing here, and I guess I should blow this text up a little bit more. Okay, that looks good. Words from YV came to me saying, you will not take a wife for yourself. Okay, so that looks like it's going to be a 4 verse right off the bat. Nor have sons or daughters in this place. Well, if you don't have a wife, you can't do those, okay? I think everybody's smart enough to understand that. So that's kind of stupid stuff. Now, this seems to be a piece from somewhere, okay? For thus says wife concerning the sons and daughters born in this place. Well, that's kind of opposite of this, so, or the same as this. Bear them, birth them. Okay, now how am I going to do this? I want to, concerning their mothers who birthed them, and their fathers who begat them in this land. Thus says YV. See, this doesn't connect at all to it. Okay. So knowing that, I have to say this is so far away from it. Let's do that. And I'm going to take and copy this, make it like this, hit that. And then over here, I'm going to paste. Okay. What the heck happened here? And put it in yellow. I'm just going to move it there so it reads right. YV. And I think this is going to be prophesied this time. Concerning the sons and daughters born in this place, and concerning their mothers, Nuberta. Okay, now that was a pretty good 2-verse grouping. So what they are is a 4-verse where the first half will be part of this full sentence, and this kind of finishes it like this. And then this makes a small paragraph, and the next one here makes a small paragraph, and these two are connected together as if it was one large paragraph. Now, knowing that format, I'll keep that in mind as I go forward. Now, I'll show you how I recognize a 3-verse, because the text will tell me when I'm cutting them or putting into this like format, and then it won't do that format. They will die. They will die of diseases. They will die of diseases. I'm going to put and. That be, I will put mourned. Mourn. Where's our mourn? I just can't think of there. I'm pretty sure there was a U in there. I just didn't get it there. Be mourned. or buried. Now see how that distinctively, this becomes like a statement, or it's going to be like a period, and this is a comma and a period to connect. And that's the 3-verse format, and it shows up just like that. They will be as dung on the surface. The surface means land, and then ground means what's underneath the land. But I'm not sure our Creator would be saying something like this. Will be as dung on the land. I've seen that these are going to be older by saying they will die as diseases, they will not be mourned or buried. They'll be dung on the land and come to their end. Now this seems like it's wanting to do this, and this is out. They'll be as dung on the ground and come to an end. They will die as diseases and not be more. Okay, I guess if I put a comma here, put a period here, and then like this, because I'm thinking this here is starting the next one. They will see now, like I was saying, I didn't like the way this was being said. Our Creator isn't going to rub it in. Here's how they would do it: by sword and famine. Now see how it says they will die by sword and famine. To become food for the birds of heaven. And there are 3 heavens, by the way. This little h is where the birds fly. And for the birds, I need this. But this would be a comma and a period. So this has to be the period. So if I use this as the comma, buried in the ground. They will die of diseases, and they will not be more. This is almost has to say others then. So I'm thinking maybe this group here has to be moved forward, moved up to at least move group up 1G. And that means that this would be taken here and make it 8 point. And then it would be here. Begat them in those land by sword and famine to become food for the birds of heaven and the beasts on earth. See, this still needs something different. I still need the word others to do this. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this and copy it, get rid of it, and put it back here where it was. And because this is not being said right, but I'm going to leave it as a 9 point in case I need it. So I've got to find something that goes with that above here. This was why we do not enter a house of mourning. Or go to lament, or to console them. This and this go together. This is not being properly stated. I still don't like this. I like this. This is the way it usually reads. Okay. But this is not going to go anywhere. This is not, this could be a piece someplace, but down here it's going to start over, so I don't need that. Now here I'm thinking the word great will be like the wealthy. So I could say instead of that, because we already got sons and daughters, okay, that they're going to die. So I'm trying to figure out the next set, because this might go here after that. Both richer and lesser will die in this land and not be buried. And this gashing themselves, no, they were not to put any imprint on their body. So that's a law from our Creator. No tattoos, no piercings, earring piercings, branding, whatever. No marks on the skin. Because these are being left for no food, and these are not going to be buried. So move group up. So if I go, well, I needed that, so I can copy. I have to go there. Control copy. Now this I'll make 8, because I'm pretty sure that it's going to go right here. By sword and famine to become food for the birds of heaven and the beasts on the earth. Both richer and lesser will die in this land and not be buried. See how that works? Yep. So this here is not going to be used. This is going to be 8 point completely. All right. Now this verse seemed to want to hook to that verse I took out. So here, I don't think that's going to be. They're going to be taken away as captives. That's why they can't do this above. So they're going to be hauled away captives. So this is not going to be true. Well, that's odd. Well, let me put this back up here. Okay. Now let me grab it and stick it up here. Where was that? Here. Oh, it's a 4 verse. So who this is. Moreover, I just say, and you will not go into a house you not go into a house of prostitution, nor sit with the harlots to eat and drink with them. Okay, I'm going to just say that this is out. And this has got to be 4. House 4. And this is going to be who they are, whose this house is. And I'm thinking that's what he's telling them. Do not take a wife for yourself. Don't go into whorehouses. Okay, even though that would be against his commandments, I don't think he doesn't want the prophet to mingle with ill, corrupt people or against him. So, okay, just checking to make sure the stream. I had trouble this morning, or in the first one. Yahoo just dropped me, and I don't know why. And I guess I haven't been looking over there enough to check it out. But now if I come down here, okay, let me take this. Oops. Moved group here. So if I go and grab this and then come down where 8 is at and put this here and then move group up. And I'm going to have to color this a certain color here because I'm starting to get a lot of these moving them back and forth in this one. Just in case I have to move a few more, I don't want to get them, don't want to lose those. Okay, and that one, because it went up there, that's like 2 beginnings. So now what's this saying? If I've got this verse right here, them being buried, concerning, yeah, this was going to be like a start of another prophecy or a prophecy. So, so this story here has to say why that's going to happen. Move group up. Excuse me, I got to make that 8 point. Okay. before your eyes and in your time. Okay, so Jeremiah is being told that this is happening now. So is this is the 4 verse. I'm going to Well, I like the word remove right here because it's not quite eliminating. He's cleaning off the land. I'm going to, how do I do this? Well, I'm thinking maybe you can see that. Okay. Stream is still doing okay. Okay. So now I've got that. Let me check Twitch real quick. Okay. Now let me go back here. It's just been a mess for me. Sorry about that. Okay, I'm going to eliminate, or I'm going to remove them remove them. And I'm adding this word. I'm going to, our Creator is speaking. This is prophecy, so honor and respect our Creator with capital letters is very important. To me it is. I'm hoping it would be for you too. Oh man, what is going on with my eye? Okay, yep. Could have done that while that was covered. So, okay. The voice of rejoicing, the voice of gladness, the voice of the groom, and the voice of the bride. This is a 4 verse grouping, but it's not really saying anything connected to this. So this has to stay separate. Now it, now it will come. And when you tell the people, and when you tell this people all my words, they just aren't these words. His words. Okay, so this is out. Before you're in your time, and when you tell this people, yeah, see, that's when you tell this people all my words, they will say to you, let me get up here and try to, this is just out in the middle. So it just, I get a kick out of how a perfect format will happen and it doesn't connect to anything. For what reason, as YV declared, it can't be, how do I say it? YV, what reason has YV declared this great wrath against us? I'm going to say wrath against us. It's going to be question mark. What is our Well, sin is that going against our Creator. Iniquity is I would use the word, what is our evilness or what is our sin? They're both the same thing. Evilness is against our Creator. To be against our Creator is to be against His 12 commandments. So I'm not sure which we have committed against YV. I don't need this. If that connects, if this group connects to the one above, this one is to, I'm going to say that's too, this is the question I'm looking at. I didn't really see that this is needed because he's going to say, this is what they're going to ask, this is what you're going to say. Then you are to say to them. Now, when these fuchsia colored words show up, and they're colored like this, that means that was words that they added in 1977 NSAB. I'm using the 1977 NSAB because I have this real nice concordance over here that I can click on a word and let me just come down here and say, if I'm going to click on that, and then I'm going to look for words that'll help me correct that word if possible. But what I've got here, though, you are to say to them, it's not just your forefathers, it's the tribes. You are to say them, and I'm going to use these, so I'm just going to make them black. Then you are to say to them, it is because you're, and because forefathers, I usually say that's when Israel was made, the nation coming out of Egypt. Those would have been the forefathers from the 12 tribes to form the 12 tribes. And then it's forefathers all the way back to Noah. Okay. So because your forefathers have not forsaken him, not left him, forgotten me. Because they're not listening to him, so they don't pay attention to the 12 commandments, which is, by the way, is how you enter into heaven anyway, if you don't know that. And I would say that me would be the second word because he's talking about me. This, it is because your forefathers have forgotten me. This would go in here. Because this is what they're doing, really. So, because your forefathers, I'm going to get rid of this. And the reason why is because the text that I can use is pretty much more perfectly being said. Because your forefathers because, yeah, I don't want to use this. So, because your fathers have followed, are following, not have, they are following they are following. Okay, let me see. I'm going to put this back up just for people to, I'm just going back and forth with that a little bit. Oops. YouTube just give me a message. Okay, not bad. Still running. Are following other gods, are following other gods to serve them. And to bow down to. I don't need the word them there. Okay, now, whoops. Then you are to say to them, it is because your fathers are following other gods to serve them. I guess I'll get rid of this one here. But me I have forsaken and not kept my law. Whatever, whoever this guy just mentioned, he's out of the blue, because that doesn't go with the text above or below. Okay, this would be continuing what he's being said. Now I got to find another two groups. No, yeah, two groups that stick together here. You two are doing evilness. Boy, how come I can't? When I don't want to pick out just one little word, it does it really good for me. Even more than your fathers. You are doing evilness more than your fathers. Well, more than your father. I don't need this verse. More than your fathers. And not walk, but live. Live, not according, but live rebelliously. Rebelliously with the stubbornness. Maybe I don't need stubbornness. You live rebelliously for your own evil. This evilness. Okay, now that evilness. So I will hurl you out. I will cast you out. Cast. So I'll cast you out. It's got to be from this land, because that's the agreement that they had when our Creator appeared to them in the Sinai and said, "These are my commandments. You must obey them, and that way you'll be my nation, and I will be your Lord, provider, bless you, make sure you don't have any, famines." So that was part of they did agree with that, their forefathers. And so what they're doing, they broke that, and he's going to cast them out, because casting them out of the land that he's promised to give them. And into a land you have not known, neither you nor your fathers. Well, this, I guess, is trying to connect to this. Now, see, that's a 3 verse. Those would be 2 3 verses. I'll cast you out from this land and into a land. No, got that wrong. I thought it was going to break that way, because that needs this. This does make a statement. But this, then, it has no place and needs to be removed. There where you will serve. They're not going to serve other gods, because in Babylon, our Creator makes himself known as like he did in Egypt. And that means he's going to do some things that are going to shock those people. And like King Nebuchadnezzar, when he wakes up, he's going to eat grass. So this part is not. There you will serve. And if I put other, not gods, but kings, That's because that's what happened. And there we will serve other kings. And our Creator knows that it's night and daylight is equal to a day. So night and daylight. There you'll serve other kings. Night and daylight. But he's going to give them favor because he's going to send them back from captivity. So night and day. This is going to be like almost like saying, but I will grant you favor. Meaning they aren't going to be killed up there. Because we're talking about the people that are left over, that are saved. He's killing off the most evil people, and because these people didn't pay attention and try to rebel them out from the land or get rid of them, the thing here is they got to be sent away into captivity, but their descendants are going to come back. So, and according to Daniel timeline, it was about 40 years before they were sent back. But I will grant you favor. Now this here, I'm going to cast you out. What reason? And this one's going to be that group. That's going to be that group. Yeah, grant you favor, and then you're no longer going to say who brought you out, the sons, but who brought you out of the land of the north. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing here. So let's see, how do I do this? Therefore, behold, days are coming. No, I will grant you no favors. This, the days are coming when you will no longer, it will no longer be, I don't need the word when. But then again, I could get rid of this. I could say, behold, the days are coming when it will no longer be said, as YV lives, not as that's not right. Will no longer be said. YV brought, I want to say us out, but I see the word down here, out. Brought us out. Now this, let me go back and shuffle the words around and see how I'm doing here. I'm thinking when it will be said, and not this. When it will be said, YV brought us, not up. If you're up there in the north, you aren't going up. YV brought us out. This has to be descendants. Descendants from Israel. And that's the male Israel. So I just do that. But I know our creator is going to say it, so I'm not going to get into that too much right now. Because you can't just have the sons. You got to have the women, right? The women's come out, and the son. Now it's kind of like the days are coming. So let me put it like this. The days are coming when it will be said, YV brought us out like out of the land, like out from Egypt. And I don't need this. It will no longer be said, YV brought us out. Brought us. And then I don't need the word out up here. If I do this and this and this, out from the land for Egypt. But YV, okay, descendants goes here. From Israel. So this is good here. That's good. From the land north. I don't need to say of the land. From the land north. Okay. So I don't like the way that it starts, but as YV lives, It's almost like this. Why they brought us. Nope, I got descendants in the next line. Why they brought us. What if that does come down here and goes like here and like this? Like out from the land for Egypt. Like out from Egypt. Like out from Egypt. Like out from Egypt. Why they brought us. The descendants from Israel. Okay, and then this here, if I no, um, I just got to get rid of so much, and it's not going to be 2 verses. And from the other country. Okay, so that's what's going on here. Because that's 2. This is the first one, and this one's the second one. So the days are coming when it will be said, why they brought us all the way down to the last verse, because that's the only part that it's there. So let me, oops, I need that, I need that. But all this, I got to get rid of these too, sorry. I am a stickler for trying to make sure that following along 50 years from now when I'm dead, that they're saying, what did he do? How come he confused the words? The days are coming when it will be said, why have you brought us from the land north? Okay. Now that's true. Now that's a group. Now I've got to find 2 more here. And from all the kingdoms, not countries, all of a sudden it's kind of like I forgot how to write and entering new words here. Their kingdoms. Now from all the kingdoms where he had sent them. Sent us. The first person this. I gotta say us. Them, that would be not an Israeli writing this text. So it has to be us. To our own land. to our own land. I gave to their forefathers. Now, this is where I'd give forefathers. So I don't know how to, like I said, that's why I got to make sure I use forefathers correctly, because it does pop up a lot. But okay, I just want to make sure that when I see the text later, I know when I'm quickly editing. Below, I'm going to send many fishermen. Fishermen would be like, I don't want to say that, the disciples, because then it's hunters. And I'm thinking all this is out, because if anything, if he's going to bring them back, it's now Jesus has got to be here. My eyes are on their ways, and they are not hidden from my face, nor is their wickedness. This would be evilness. So, but the thing here is I can't say this is our Creator speaking, because it's just changed. They are not hidden from me. Okay, now I do have our Creator here. My eyes would be see. It would be not me, but it would be I. I see. Or I see. Okay. I see everyone. They're not hidden from me, nor is their evilness concealed from my sight. Okay. But that isn't connecting to the text above yet. It might. I know I'm going to shuffle these around like pieces to a puzzle until they fit just right. And what doesn't, I'll get rid of. So, let's see here. Let me put up what the text here. This is text that I've already got done. And you can see here the formats that came from other books. And that's just some of the books I've done, like 8 of them. They're all the smaller ones. And they're trying to be compiled in the correct order to have one book. And that's the ending. I'm kind of working backwards because because that's the way I've started. I guess I might as well keep going because I like doing the prophets. I like to make sure I get our Creator's hidden format or his prophecies. And the first, I will first double repay there. Now, our Creator doesn't need a double repay. That's just not good. Because they have polluted my land, that's I wonder what they got for polluted if I look in the concordance here of the NSAB. This does no longer exist to the public because it is too dangerous. And I'll show you here why. Because when I click on a word like polluted, they didn't use it just for one word. They used it for all these words, and I can see defiled is the word I wanted. Profaned, no. See, they only use polluted once, but it's defiled my land. They defiled the land. So let me go back here and put the word defiled. Defiled. And it's not his, he gave it to them, so it's kind of like their land. They defiled their own land. They defiled their land. Oops, I'm adding that, getting rid of that. They concealed my sight. To defile their land. Filled my inheritance. They have filled my. How can you pollute my land? And then that's why it's so confusing to when you guys read it. It's confusing even when it's made it as simple as possible. It's still over salted words screw my head right up. So they have. I can't make anything out of that. I usually can get like I got a good hint here. Right here it says, conceal from my sight their wickedness and sin, defile. Okay. Now, if I use this, their wicked. And I guess I got rid of that too quick because that does connect. Their wickedness and sin has defiled their land. Now I can get rid of that one because that was giving me trouble. They defiled their land, not with carcasses. It would be with their detestable would be God idols. God idols. And with their E-R-Y, harlotry, how do I spell this? I think I need help. I'm just not thinking. There we go. But I'm adding this. Their harlotry abominations. Now, I guess I said this a few times, but I haven't really explained it. So what I better do is just do a little bit of more correcting here. Ooh, I don't have it up here. Do I have it there? No, don't yet. I've got to redo my format. The female goddess in Malachi 2:11, 2:11, Judah, this is the nation, has married the daughter of a foreign god. The foreign god's name is Ra, the sun god. That's why you see an Egyptian obelisk in the Vatican courtyard. Married his daughter would be, if he's a god, she's a goddess, and that's the moon goddess. And then here, these are words from Jeremiah, how he calls her the queen of heaven, and how their forefathers, kings and princes, maybe probably priests, all went around burning, vowing, pouring out their libations to her or to them. When I say a goddess, a moon goddess, you can see this moon on there. This is, I believe, is Athena, and this would be the sun god with the moon goddess. Now, now that you got filled in on what this is, it's in meditation that they do this. And if you studied mythology, because I think right now the colleges in the United States make it a prerequisite, and it is, you would read the words where Athena sprang forth in Zeus's forehead, not from, but in. So that's the harlotry abomination. They have this somewhat like sex with her. That's why I say I call it a sex with a so-called female goddess, because it's she's not she's not a she. Okay, but now this is what they're doing. My stronghold and my refuge. Now this would be all of a sudden Jeremiah talking about our Creator. YV is my strength and my stronghold for my refuge. For my refuge. In the days of my distress. But this is reading like it's a 3 verse here. Because this is YV is my strength. My stronghold for my refuge in the days of my distress. The nations will come from the ends of the earth and say our fathers have inherited nothing but falsehood, fertility, and things of no profit. Okay, now that's a piece just stuck out there again. I gotta, but I'll save it. I'll see where it goes. But that's just another one. Kingdoms will come. Now this is like what he's hoping, because when he's, I don't know if Jeremiah knows that what Isaiah wrote about his death. So, because he's expecting Jesus to appear as a king. And if I'm looking for what happens when, let's see, when he's coming back from the land of the north and giving the land back to their forefathers, I got to have text here that says Jesus is coming back. So, or Jesus is going to finally appear. So the text here has to say, and the kingdoms will come, or maybe just the people, and the people will come from the ends of the earth. Yeah, this isn't nations, this is people. And people will come from the ends of earth and say, our forefathers well, let's put it this way. This is kind of true and kind of not true. Okay, now we know Jesus in Matthew 5:20 says we're to become more righteous than the scribes. Now, the word righteous by our Creator means most obedient, one who follows all the rules, okay, all the commandments, all the statutes. Every day puts our Creator first, not second. They are righteous. So to be more righteous, be more truthful, in other words, than the scribes. So Jesus is telling us that the text is screwed up. Later he says, I can't remember what verse, but they're going to rewrite about Jesus for their God. So what they've done is change Jesus not being the Savior who redeems you to become, to enter into heaven, but to be like them in their practice of meditation. That's why the text is so crappy and why they're still adding text to it today. I mean, you think they'd say the word was written a long time ago and correct, but they have corrupted so much text. That's a 3-verse. Then this becomes a 3-verse. See, their practice is that they become gods, okay? And there is not a God creator that we know as our creator, as he is everything. We have inherited nothing but a falsehood of, let's see what a falsehood of what? I will put vanity. I like the word vanity here. So you've seen it at the last one, so a falsehood, vanity. And that means these people are coming, they're going to say, your practice is still wrong, your belief is strong, and you have inherited nothing. The inheritance is the promise to enter into heaven. Okay, we haven't inherited nothing. We inherited, let's see, and then nothing. Well, I guess I should take you there to show you what I'm looking at anyway. You have something only, but falsehood and vanity, so inherit. Well, I guess if we have inherited only a falsehood, a false vanity. Now, only was down here, where was it? Right here, 52 times. So I'm using that word only. We have inherited only a false vanity with no profit, or no gain, no, what do I want to say here? Well, let's take a look at what profit might mean here. Benefit, gain. I like benefit. Benefit. Boy, I can't even pronounce the words correctly. But I was never one of English specialists. But you can see I've got 3 verses, 3 verse. And can man yet they are not gods. Okay, here's the trickery of the word that he's talking about. And I would say this needs to be gone. This and this. Can mankind make gods of himself? Because they call themselves gods. So he's going to be asking the question now to them, or telling them, I guess, can mankind make gods of himself? Can mankind make I'm going to put makeup here. Gods of himself. Okay, now for a 3-verse format, this is reading out of place here. This is reading as a statement, like question mark would go here, but this text needs to be move up 2 verses, and that means I take this and go to here. Whoops, I should have made this 8 point. Someday I'm gonna make, I gotta remake all my macros. So moved here. And this is talking. Now this is like him having a conversation with him. And you've seen when I brought up Jeremy having a conversation with him. This is part of that conversation, I think. They are not gods. Now I need this. And it's not can, it's yet mankind makes. Yet can makes. They are not God. Yeah, I'm going to have to get back. They are not a God. That's what's missing. Yet mankind makes. Himself like a God. No, they can't. Because the title God is a creator, not like the all-being type of title that you can think of. So let me explain something here. When the body dies, these guys are going what's known as by the Bible text known as the abyss. It's another dimension of time and space. In the old day, it's located in the center of the earth, or the netherworld, they would say in other religions, or when they're talking about their false gods. There, now you understand where it's at, or the words in other words. It's the Asian world that when males meditate, maybe females as well, meditate every day. They don't sleep. They meditate every day. And then what happens after about 10 years, instead of just seeing this darkness, they start getting visitors that have died and their soul is out there. And they start talking to them, and they start showing them that they can make things like gods, create things, okay? So it's like creators instead of the title gods. So maybe I should put creators here and have to watch creators. And after 25 years, they see them daily. Okay, that's their proof of afterlife. And that's why it's hard to understand their point of view, because you haven't experienced those things. And I'm just saying that this thing about being a creators, they're not a creator. meaning the creator of what you see here in the land of the living. In the abyss, they can create. And yes, yet mankind makes creators of himself, of themselves. Okay, they're not creators, yet mankind makes. Okay, now that's more precise as a statement for a 3-verse format, and then those hooked together. Okay. Oh, this is the last part of this one here. Therefore, behold, I'm going to make them know. This time I'll make them know my power and my might, and they will know that, no, my name is YHVH. Our creator doesn't need to show off. That is just, that's not our creator speaking. Let's put it that way. So that one is out. That they will know. Wow, this is almost like a perfect 4-verse if I use them. And then it would go up here with her, not there, but this, it brought them back. And then even though this is 2 4-verse groups, I'm not going to edit them. I'm going to just leave them like they are, because it depends on what text and where they go with. Because right now I can say that this is really split from the other text, and until I put them all together. So what I'm going to do is grab 16 here, and then, oops, I got to open up uh, this, come down here to the end. Now grab all this again. And now clean it up. That's my spacing that I've got to, my format spacing. And that's how I connect them. Now that I move this group up here, I don't need this text here. Now that I need to correct yet. This I was saying is too far away from it. This is where I'm thinking these were connected. Yeah. And now it would be 2 of those small ones. And then this would be a match. So 1 there. And I should slide that over. Now, this was out in the middle of nowhere, and I didn't understand it, and I still don't understand it. But there it is again. And then this, I'll just leave that much space before it. I'm going to remove them from this place and before their eye. So he's telling Jeremiah. Now this was out in the middle of nowhere again. So this is going to get a couple of these spaces. And I got to put a couple here as well. And they will say to you, okay. Yeah, this was right. Oops. One space here. And then his answer, he wants to answer them a certain way, which is a 4-verse. And then this was like this. And then this. Hopefully he does that. See, sometimes the story flows right the way it's supposed to. And you can see all these are our Creator speaking. So, but I will clean this up later. And then this, yeah, I guess would go there. And this would be another double space. And like I said, this is all coming. That'll be said. Whoops. And he did bring him from the north, from Babylon. Now see, this doesn't read, this doesn't connect. So I don't know. This has got to go someplace. So let me just leave us. Um, now to, no, this is him going to be speaking now. I don't know how he is going to be speaking, but I think it's 2 or 3 verse. I don't know if that's right or not. I'm trying to read as well and to see how they're fitting together. But this could be separated, and then this could be saying, and say, from our forefathers we have inherited only. So if I put the word for right here, right now, or from, excuse me, and just do that. And let me see, I gotta Make sure that that's only one. Okay. Then there's two. And these were the two that I didn't know what to do with. Okay. So when I start up here, and you can take screenshots, I'm going to slow it down for you. Here, and I'll get my cursor out, and you'll just have to put the text together, look at it yourself, and see how well I did. And you'll see that these are separating themselves. Okay, there's two there. And then this group. And then, oh, there's going to be one more after this. But, yeah, you'll be able to, when you read it, you'll be able to decide which, like I said, which ones our Creator is saying and which ones Jeremiah is going to be used to be saying what he's going to say to them. And you can piece them together yourself. Okay, what I'm going to try to do here in another hour and a half, come back and do another one. And I'll see you then. Let's start.